Hello everybody, Texas Deacon here. Thanks for joining me. Today's date, I believe, is August 18th, 2014. Had a wonderful day in the Lord, and if you didn't, it's your fault. Tomorrow you can change it, starting right now. A few days ago, we had a nice rain in my part of Texas, and anytime we get rain in August in Texas, it is like a blessing pure straight out of heaven. The title of today's lesson is, God is a Prepper. Yes. And so I'm going to back it up with some scripture. We're going to start out with Proverbs 3, 9 and 10. Proverbs 3, 9 and 10. Honor the Lord with your possessions, and with the first fruits of all your increase. So your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats overflowing with new wine. Your barns filled and plenty to eat and plenty to drink. Also, Malachi 3:10. Bring all tithes into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. God said, bring it into the storehouse. Do you have the storehouse? Okay. Oh, we can't forget Noah. How many years did he get ready preparing for the flood, and he wasn't even real sure what he was preparing for. But God told him to do it, and that's all he needed. We're going to look at tonight some potential disasters that can hit this country. Okay, to start with, weather. It can be a storm, a tornado, hurricane. How about just too much rain called a flood? How about an ice storm that can shut a section of the country down quicker than anything? How about heat? Too much heat. All those can cause problems. And then we get into the area of disease, the Ebola, which is just a matter of time till it hits this country big. The children that we're bringing up from South America and then just sending them all over the country without proper screening them, we shouldn't be bringing them up to start with. And how about the illegals? They come across the border, they bring everything with them, diseases and everything. And again, I mentioned how the airplanes take off from this country and fly halfway around the world the same day. Or they take off halfway around the world and fly to this country the same day. How about a large-scale terrorist attack, even much bigger than 9/11? That is a real threat. Military attack. As soon as one of these third world nations that hate us get a missile that will reach the United States, they will be lobbing missiles over into the United States. That you can count on. Civil unrest. In my lifetime, I have been a couple, 3 places where there was massive civil unrest. It can really create problems. Earthquakes. I'll mention earthquakes quite often. We have 2 major faults in this country, earthquake faults that is. The San Andreas fault that everybody knows about, and the New Madrid in Missouri that not that many people know about. When California falls in the ocean, it's going to be an economic disaster. When the New Madrid earthquake lets go, or fault I should say, it's going to take down every bridge that crosses the Mississippi River. This country will be cut in half. How about if you just lost your job? I was talking to a man yesterday, that happened to him. It's just one of those things. The boss was forced to let him go. The boss, he said, almost cried, had no choice. There was an insurance problem. So, and he didn't make that much money, and he was living a lifestyle that barely kept his head above water. He was a good man, or he is a good man, and he works hard, doing his best. But without a job, your best ain't good enough. And can we overlook religion? Islam is a threat to this country. Islam is a cancer to the world. And Islam is growing and growing and growing. I was watching TV a week or so ago in the middle of the night. I watched extremely little news. I haven't watched an hour's worth of news this year that didn't relate to weather that was affecting my area. And as I fell asleep in the recliner, and I woke up in the middle of the night, the news was on, and I heard this newscaster say that the Hawaii had a hurricane coming, said the shelves were bare, and water was selling for $20 a case. $20 a case. And I got this off the internet. Hawaii's big lesson from hurricane weekend. Stay prepared. The next day I went to a discount store, what's called a box store, where everything in the store is just, the boxes are just set on the shelf. They aren't emptied. And a lot of stuff comes in pallets. They got the cost right down to the cheapest they can. The cheapest water they had per case was $1.99. That's a far cry from $20 when the proverbial pieces hits the fan. Newspapers. Now here is one newspaper, and I just happened to pick this up at random, and it had to do with the Missouri shooting, a very sad state of affairs, having a civil unrest. And another article over here is about problems going on in Iraq and how they're changing presidents and who supports who and all this, which I don't know who these people are. But it affects this country, and it can affect it big time. And on the same front page, it says, Lake Mead in critical condition. Here's a line I'm looking for. The receding shoreline at one of the main reservoirs on the vast Colorado River system is raising concerns about the future of a network serving a parched region homes to 40 million people and 4 million acres of farmland. Now, 40 million people without water and 40 million acres without water to grow crops. Guess what, people? You're going to see some prices in the grocery store skyrocket. And this here, it talks about the Ebola being brought into this country that I mentioned earlier. It's coming, people. Take my word for that. When these problems happen, sometimes you just want to lock your doors, stay inside, maybe put the couch up against the door, dig out the old shotgun, grease it and make sure the ammo is good, and wait it out. We can't be stocked up for any emergency that could possibly happen forever. What we have to do is to stock up, be prepared over the short term until things settle down, one way or the other. They will, good or bad. How ready are you? God believes in being prepared. I would recommend that you be prepared also. So until next time, may God continue to bless and forgive the United States of America. May God continue to bless the Republic of Texas and may God continue to bless you and